Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, Kaleidoscope Magazine, and News Channel 5.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Author and certified financial planner Jeff Cirino joins me this morning, and he'll explain what you need to do to prepare for retirement and how to find a financial planner that's a good fit for you. Later on, we'll hear from Maisha. Good morning again. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. Beginning with Jeff Cirino, who's an author and a financial planner, and good to have you with us, Jeff.
Thank you, Leon.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Things are well in the financial planning business.
Well, there's good advice has never been needed more than now.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I really felt the need to write the book was to help arm investors with some more of the knowledge that is not really put out there, to them publicly, typically. So
the book Jeff Cirino is talking about is his book, The Skinny on How to Have a Fat Retirement. And I guess we're all looking for fat retirements, but this is the skinny or the information on how to get there. I love the title.
Oh, thank you.
Bottom line is, how do we get there? How do we get to fat retirements?
Well, the skinny was just meant to be that it's a fairly quick read. It's very direct. There's no fluff in there. At least I didn't think there was. But it's really just packed with a lot of information to help people identify hidden costs and fees in their investments. But most importantly, what questions to ask a financial advisor. Many people just really don't know what they don't know. So this gives specific questions to ask anyone that they sit with that's going to give them advice so that they could help better protect themselves.
What should be the first question you think a client should ask that financial planner?
Well, the first one would have to be, is this recommendation that you're providing for me, is this really truly in my best interest now? What are its tax treatments? Something like that, basically to essentially
to get the most to get the most out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
When I worked with a financial planner years ago, and still do work with one, the thing I said was, what must I do, my family do, so that we never drop below this level of living we're in right now? We don't want to drop below this. Right. What must I do? That's what I said.
Well,
good question.
Very good question. Very good. First of all, you have to look at to make sure that what your plan is, you know what your risk is in your mix of assets. And many people are walking around and really don't know what that number is. And that number can easily be identified. The other thing is to really make sure that you're properly diversified. A lot of advisors talk about diversity, but they don't really properly execute it like they could.
Now, we talk about diversity. You're talking about how much stocks, how many bonds, what other kind of things,
right.
Treasury notes or whatever we can have.
A good mix of assets that don't all move in the same direction at the same time. That's the best way to lower your risk and to increase your returns over the years. So watching your costs, watching the tax effects of your investments are all things that will help you at least stay at your current state of living or better.
When I watched that anchorman on television say the stock market was down today, and that anchorman may be me saying that,
maybe.
Should I be worried when the stock market goes down about my investments that are tied up in the stock market?
Well, it depends on a lot of things. First of all, it depends on the age of that person and how long from that point, are they going to be drawing income from it. So I tell people in one of the chapters that when you hit over 50, 55-ish, there's no exact age, but you become a different investor whether you realize it or not, because this is hopefully the last third of your life, and you don't have a lot of the things you had in the first few stages of accumulation, in which you don't have as much time to recover from losses. So you may have to be a little more conservative, perhaps. That depends a lot. But if you're properly diversified and the money you have in the market is for the long run, you shouldn't get scared out and allow it to affect your peace of mind.
We're going to continue our conversation here with Jeff Cirino. Let me put a phone number on the screen, 440-519-0300. You can get in touch with him there, or you can go to alphaplanners.com. You see that website at the bottom of the screen as well, alphaplanners.com, because you are with Alpha Planning in Solon.
Yes.
You and I were chatting just a little bit before we started the broadcast today about financial coaching. What is that?
Well, financial coaching coaching is something that we've added as a new dimension to what we do. And what it means is that we're still an advisor and help people analyze and get their financial plan and financial house in order. But what happens is there's a great disconnect because time eventually starts to make the understanding of the client of what they're doing, it fades away. And then a lot of the financial media that tries to scare people, prey on fear and greed, tends to get them off track. So the coaching is that we do monthly educational classes for our clients and for people who just want to come. They're free, and essentially they're always something fresh and that reaffirms, and it's this ongoing coaching relationship is what really, when the market goes down, is when you need a coach the most to make sure that you keep yourself focused on your objective. And if you're set up correctly with the right risk level and diversification that we talked about, you should be fine in the long run.
What do you tell people who say, I don't make a lot of money, I don't have a big salary, why should I talk to a financial planner? I don't have any money to invest. What do you say?
Well, I think that there's lots of levels of people that you could deal with in this arena, but typically, if they're not going to pay a flat fee to a fee-based advisor like myself for advice, which they could always do that. If they do not have assets to manage or some sort of ongoing way that you have a relationship with them, it's a lot tougher. I mean, they really do need to try to get some lump saved.
Somebody. You need somebody.
Just regularly, just, you know, even if you're not sure where to put it right away, just get it out of your normal checking account.
As a friend of mine used to say, if you take a little bit of money and do it for a long time, you end up with a big chunk of change. And that's the bottom line.
And pay yourself first.
Pay yourself first. The name of the book is The Skinny on How to Have a Fat Retirement. It is written by Jeff Cirino, who's a certified advisor here, financial planner. And so good to have you on the broadcast. Where can we find the book?
Thank you, Lynn. The book is available at Amazon.
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com.
More information on everything we've been talking about. And there's a phone number there. You can get in touch with Jeff Cirino. Many thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Lynn.
You've put money in my pocket. Theirs too. That's the name of the game. Log on to NewsNet5.com each week to see what's coming up on Kaleidoscope. Coming up next, we will continue. We'll be talking to Paramjit Singh of the Cleveland Coalition for Peace and Nonviolence and Peggy Zone Fisher of the presidency of the Diversity Center of Northeast Ohio. Taking a break, but back in a moment.